What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Got New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani plans to jail ICE agents. Definitely insane. Definitely insane. I'm not even gonna lie. We all know what he's about, what he's trying to do. And it's definitely insane. Not only that, you literally have Zohran Mamdani telling illegal aliens in New York City how to stand up to ICE agents. So not only that, he's literally having people to basically stand up to ICE agents, which is pretty insane to me. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Check it out.
When I met with the president, I made very clear that these kinds of raids are cruel and inhumane, that they are raids that do nothing to serve the interests of public safety, and that my responsibility is to be the mayor to each and every person that calls this city their home. And that includes millions of immigrants, of which I am one.
So he's continuing saying something about public safety. And what I find pretty crazy about a lot of this is that when you talk about public safety, you think things are going well. When it comes to the subways, it's a lot of crime. When it comes to, let alone, I literally just posted a video not too long ago about protesters blocking in agents in a parking garage. Literally showed another video of protesters blocking a truck full of agents. Literally attacking, these agents. Not even talking about the crime in New York alone. You know what I mean? It's definitely insane. But then again, this is a post by New York Post. Mandani gives advice on how to evade ICE. This is literally a commercial, that he has out. Check it out.
Last weekend, ICE attempted to raid Canal Street and detain our immigrant neighbors. As mayor, I'll protect the rights of every single New Yorker, and that includes the more than 3 million immigrants who call this city their home.
Advice. And this is not me being mean. This is not me being just, I feel like I feel like a lot of times, I feel like I'm too straightforward, I guess. Or I don't mean to be rude or talk crazy or like any type of way. But I feel like advice is just to self-deport. I feel like that because not even trying to be funny. For real, self-deport. I feel like that because of the simple fact you wouldn't have to go through none of this. You wouldn't have to, I don't know, be embarrassed if, you're somewhere and, you get arrested or put in a situation that, you wouldn't have to be put in these different situations if you just take it upon yourself. Okay, I have this wrong. I need to do this the right way. Let me, go through this whole process, the right way. I truly don't get it. I truly don't get it. I'm telling y'all. This is DHS Secretary Kristi Noem calls out New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani, warning that his advice of evading law enforcement could violate the Constitution amid soaring attacks on ICE agents. Check out Kristi Noem.
Mayor, if he were mayor, could be violating the Constitution by giving advice on how to evade law enforcement and how to get away with breaking the law. It's really unbelievable in this country what we're seeing. Those ICE agents that you were referencing, the violent attacks that have increased against them to 1,200%, death threats against them are at 8,000%. And I want to remind everybody, these ICE agents live in these communities. That's their homes. They have their families there. They're working to keep their own kids safe so that they can go to school, they can go to church and go to work every single day. So they're there doing God's work to protect this country and enforce the law. And these politicians, if they don't like the law, then go frickin' change it. Go change the law. That's your job, is to actually have debate, have discernment, to create a law that actually puts America first. I'm just grateful the president is focused on that. Mayor, if he...
I'm telling you, it's definitely insane. Definitely insane. It's honestly sad. Now as you think about it, it's sad. And it's really sad for the people, that's living in these places, especially for the people that's been living there for a long time. And not only do you have, illegal aliens coming there, but you don't even know a lot of who most of them are. A lot of them are committing a lot of crimes. And just to think that it's already crimes in these cities alone, but you have illegals that obviously it's a crime, you know, come illegal, and then you have to deal with the crimes that they're doing. And I'm telling y'all, it's definitely sad. Definitely sad. This is reporter asking, you know, Zohran Mamdani, one thing about, you know, him saying, you know, standing up to ICE on top of, you know, what Kristi Noem has said. Check it out.
Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, said this week that in response to that video you put out about knowing your rights, what to do if ICE comes knocking on your door, if you were mayor, you could have been violating the Constitution of the United States, and that she intimated that the Department of Justice might be looking into it. What's your response to Kristi Noem?
I'm proud to inform people of their rights, and I can't think of a more American thing to do than to speak about the protections that we all have under the law.
Are you prepared? Gavin Newsom told me he was prepared to be arrested. Tom Homan threatened anybody that stands in the way could be arrested. You've been arrested before, standing up for people's rights. J.B. Pritzker told me that Donald Trump should come and get me. You prepared to be arrested by the federal government if you stand up to their immigration enforcement?
I'm prepared for any consequence that comes for standing up for New Yorkers, because that's my job. That's what I ran to do. And I think that it's time that New Yorkers look at City Hall that's right here and see a reflection of their struggles as opposed to a reflection of the scandal that has engulfed so much of our politics.
So y'all see it. One thing about it, and what I find pretty crazy about this whole thing, saying that he can't think of a more American thing. The more American thing to do, again, the more of the American thing to do is to let people know, hey, I feel like the most important, the most incredible thing that y'all need to do is probably self-deport. Me personally, I would have told you, hey, self-deport. This shouldn't be going on. We have a lot of crime. We need to do this the right way. You know, we already got crime here alone, you know, with, you know, citizens, you know, in America. Self-deport. Do me a favor, you know, as me, you know, about to become mayor, about to swear, self-deport. But no, he says he thinks he can't think of a more of an American thing to do than help illegals evade ICE. That is insane to me. I'm telling y'all, definitely insane. Here it is, New York Post. White House pushes back on Mandani's call to stand up to ICE. Check it out. Caroline Levitt.
New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani put out a video recently telling immigrants in New York City they have the right to stand up to ICE. Are you concerned this will inspire New York City residents to resist ICE operations, and what will the Trump administration do if this happens?
The Trump administration is definitely concerned about the rise in violence, in attacks, and physical threats that we have seen against our brave men and women who wear the ICE uniform. Again, these are agents who are just simply doing their jobs. They are enforcing our nation's immigration laws, and we've seen more than a 1,000% increase in violent attacks on them and their families. They've been doxxed, they've been harassed, many of them have been physically assaulted and attacked. So we condemn that wholeheartedly. I know the administration has done a lot to protect our ICE agents, and the president stands firmly behind them in conducting these enforcement operations. And there's a lot of talk from Democrat politicians in New York, but the Trump administration will continue to do our jobs in every state, and that's to remove illegal aliens and public safety threats from American communities.
I love it. I definitely love it. And I can't wait. Definitely can't wait. Not only that, you got Tom Homan. Definitely said they're going to double down, triple down, the sanctuary cities. Check it out right here.
Mr. Homan, Zohran Mamdani, the likely next mayor of New York City, has promised not to cooperate with you or with ICE or deportations of any kind. Do you have a plan? Is there a plan to work around that? How are you going to handle it?
Good luck on that, because we're going to be in New York City, and President Trump said it 2 weeks ago. We're going to double down, triple down in sanctuary cities. Why? Not because they're a blue city or a blue state, because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats to the streets every day because they don't honor our detainers. We know that. We don't have that problem like in Florida, where every sheriff in the state's working with us. So where we're going to send our assets, we're going to send them where the problem is. Sanctuary cities. So I've said it before, we'll flood the zone of sanctuary cities. If they don't let us arrest a bad guy in the county jail, they're going to arrest him in the community. We're going to arrest them at a work site. So we're going to increase community operation. We're going to increase work site enforcement operation. We're going to get the bad guys. So if they don't want to help, get out of the way. We're coming to do it.
Hey, come on now. One thing about it is that truly support. You know, I support it all. One thing about it is that there's too much going on. Way too much going on. Yeah, I didn't watch my last videos. What's going on in Minnesota. I mean, there's so much going on now that is definitely insane. It was one thing, when it comes to, I think what was it? Chime came in. I'm in the White House, and there was a lot of videos that I was doing on Gavin Newsom in California, and things that are going on. And I know y'all remember that. Still some stuff going on with Gavin Newsom. But when I say that it's getting bad, a lot of places it's definitely getting bad. I'm not even gonna lie. And definitely I cannot, wait. Things definitely need to be fixed. Things definitely need to be, under control, because right now, it just seems like there's just so much going on and so much. And I that's one thing that I do, I think about is that President Trump is literally doing, and Trump administration doing what they need to do. And we as Americans is doing what we need to do, spreading this information and y'all sharing different things. If you come to my videos or different videos, if y'all seeing these different links and y'all sharing this, y'all definitely, I definitely, appreciate that, because a lot of people need to see. Definitely. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for that next video. Catch y'all next one.